We are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing episodes beyond the Walking Dead universe. I'm your host, David Cameo. Wait, no, news, laugh deep. That's our new motto. I'm your host, David Cameo, and I'm joined by Sharon D, aka Blazing Gardner, and Bridget, ko-fi.com/Punky Brewster. That's PUNKYBRUASETER. And looks like Rachel's, I'm helping my family with new phones, trying to go as fast as I can. So Rachel's going to be here at some point. And, oh, hey, thanks, David. Yeah, David, that's been throughout the whole, oh, yeah, I did remix so for those of you who heard that intro for the first time, I did remix the Walking Dead intro that we had for, I think, at least the last year or two for season 10C and season 11. I actually added We Are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing episodes of the Walking Dead universe. I added that in for the last trimester of the Walking Dead 11C. So it's kind of cool. I didn't put it in the ringtone section, though, because I didn't think people would want to hear me. Like, imagine that's your alarm, and it keeps going, and you have to hear me saying "we." Like, oh, that's a nightmare. I don't want you guys to hate us in the end. So,
if they set our ringtone as an alarm, they're gonna hate us no matter what.
I happen to like our which you can get at our Ko-fi shop. It's ko-fi.com/squawkingdead/shop.
Well, I'm saying you can use it as a ringtone, just not an alarm, Dave. No one likes an alarm.
Oh, well, I guess that's true.
I put that was some ugly mustard as a notification tone one time, and let me tell you how tired I got of that real quick.
Well, especially after spoiler alert, John Dory dies in season 6. So was it season 6? Season 6? Yeah, season 6.
Yes, it was season 6. The season that shall not be named.
Right. Well, hey everybody.
I thought that was 7.
No, that's 7B. Never mind.
Yeah, 7. She qualified it by saying 7B. She's like, she hung in there.
7A wasn't terrible, but 7B.
Well, anyways, hey everybody in the chat. Guess what?
Brian!
Guess why we're here, everybody? Guess why? It says it in the title, but guess why we're here? So, Bridget and Aiden, mostly, as well as me for a little while, I think a little under half the while, we broke the news that was coming out of WonderCon, the WonderCon panels, the Walking Dead Dead City, and Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 panel. One of the things that came out of it was the trailer, and I think you guys semi broke it down. I saw it in the car, you guys breaking down the panel. But we decided that we would just come on once more to break down the trailer with you guys. Specifically, not everybody's available on a Saturday in the evening. So we figured we'd come on, we'll show you guys the trailer while we go frame by frame. And now, one thing that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to play it all the way through because we got a copyright strike for that trailer. Just today, we got it today. And it's a good thing YouTube has this new feature where it automatically, you can dispute it or you can jump to the appeal that you will undoubtedly get after 30 days. So you can actually jump to appeal. The catch is that if they dispute that with enough evidence, we can get a copyright strike, an actual copyright strike. So,
I don't know. It might be good then that I was pausing it over and over again.
Yeah. Well, the second time around, I think you played it straight through the first time around is what I remember from when I was watching in the car.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it. I'm sorry, dude.
It's not your fault. And in fact, it's completely disputable. So, plus there was frame skip and everything. But hey, everybody in the chat. Hey, Crystal Jordan, Mr. Blue Man. Yeah, I'm Mr. Blue Man. But
that's weird. That's a new name for you, but okay.
And David's saying with my glowing skin. And Brian, what's up, buddy? I hope you're around so you could be with us in the chat. And hey, Aiden, thank you for helping out Bridget on Saturday.
He does have a little blue tint going on.
I know.
Right?
It's like you want to be part of the Blue Man group.
Oh my god, he's Papa Smurf. He's Papa Smurf.
And you're my Smurf, Smurfette.
That is his new name.
How's this?
Oh, he doesn't want to be Tobias Fumke.
How's this?
You can tell everyone that you just blew yourself, Dave.
If only. This is gonna get wacky right now.
Did he have to go up?
He did. He did have to go. Look at this. What is going on here?
Oh my God, he's in hell.
Anyway, well, this is a light, apparently. So, where do we start? So do we have any housekeeping to do before we go on? Because I am editing the 3-hour live stream that we had on Saturday for audio podcast consumption. So that's going to be out at some point. We have some really cool goodies that Charity's been thinking up lately, leading up to Fear the Walking Dead. We're just talking about it before the show went on, and we're going to be talking about it again after the show, after this is over. So we have some pretty cool Fear goodies. We're getting really hyped up about Fear's final season, obviously. So we just don't want it to go. And we will share some stuff with you as in our Discord at some point, right, Charity? Share with the peoples at some point. And we'll definitely be including some audience feedback stuff too. So and Aiden says, as much as I love to stick around, I'm on the judges panel for the Student Film Festival, so I'm halfway through watching submissions. Yikes. Always the busy
Yeah.
man. Well, good luck with that. And if you need any help with anything, ask us. But good luck, and we'll see you later, buddy. So I guess we should start with the trailer. See, I've been trying to bide my time, see if Rachel comes on. So I don't know. But I guess she's not going to be there anytime soon. She's teaching old people how to use phones. So I guess that's what we're doing.
That's
I
work.
feel for her. I feel for you, Rachel. I'm so sorry.
It's my career, sort of. So do we have any other housekeeping to do before we go on, though? Anything Fear related? Anything? I know there's a place where people can watch the WonderCon panel, but I can't.
Yes, I
Post
was
the
gonna
link.
say. I was gonna say the link is all you have to do is go search for Fear 2023 WonderCon panel and it will come up.
Yep.
The panel's really good. I recommend it for anybody who's interested because it was a really good panel. They don't really tell you anything, but there is going to be a substantial time jump. It was Kim Dickens and Jenna and Christine Evangelista, and then
Satrazemis.
Satrazemis and
Jenna
Goldberg.
Oh, Ian Goldberg. Yeah, that's
Ian
right.
Goldberg. Yeah.
Eli Journet. No, that's the wrong show.
Yeah.
I'm saying his name.
It was really good. It was a really fun listen, and I'm super pumped for June this season after listening to the panel.
You mean the month?
Yeah.
Yes.
Technically.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
The month of June.
I like
Yeah.
the blue. I'm Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we covered all that Saturday too, but it's coming June 18th, basically. That's Dead City, right?
March 14th. May 14th.
May 14th is Fear. All right, let's get into this. We'll go frame by frame as much as possible. And okay, so let me just do this because I can't really hear it. Okay, so Morgan has just got D-black bagged again.
D black bagged.
Wonder what that's all about. Okay, so one thing that I said when we heard both, do you think the guy that's speaking right now is the same guy that picks up Rick from the helicopter at the end of The Walking Dead's series finale? Because it seemed like it might be just because of the way the voice modulation is. And what are your thoughts on that? This is something I've been holding on to. Didn't want to talk about until we were in the right forum. Not
I've
The
heard
Last of
people
Us.
speculating that was Strand that was in the helicopter, and I don't think that Strand on the intercom there.
I don't think so either. Some people have said Troy. That's Troy Otto.
Oh, I've heard a whole lot of Troy coming back too.
Yeah, there's been a lot
Yeah.
of talk about that.
Yeah.
Wait, Takira, when you say him, who do you mean? She says, yes, I definitely think that's him for some reason. So, or do you mean it's the same voice as the guy from the helicopter, the CRM helicopter? And Crystal says it sounds like Strand. And I'm glad that Brian's here. No work today. I'll be here the whole day. Insanity afterwards.
Yes, thank you, Brian.
Brian says Troy has a huge
Yes,
hole in his
Troy
head.
has a huge hole in his head.
If they brought Troy back, it would be for a flashback. I can't imagine what else they would do with him.
Yeah, I was thinking Gavin Ghost.
I mean, how many times can
one-
we do this? You're not gone until you're gone crap.
One of the things they said in the panel was that a lot of these characters are going to come full circle and that they're ghosts. and their pasts are going to haunt them. So I could totally see Madison flashing back to Troy.
And why she did what she did with him, basically.
Right, because they also said my what I took from the panel was they said that we are going to find out what happened between the stadium and
finally backtracking.
Right,
would
they said
love
we
that,
we are going to find that out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At least that was what I took. Yeah, that was what I took from what they said.
And Takira qualifies. She says, "Not to me anyway, not Strand. I was thinking it was the voice talking to Rick from the helicopter." Okay, cool. Brian says, "I would love to have Walker, Kalataka Walker, back, but if we never seen a body, it's possible." That's though. I'm very pro Kalataka Walker coming back.
I love
Well,
Taka. He's one of my favorite
Crazy
characters.
Dog.
He just got killed off in 1923, so
He did. So he's
Hey,
free.
spoiler alert!
He's free for filming.
Wink, wink, wink.
No, I love
if that's-
him. So
What if that's their
I love
method,
him.
right? Like this Padre group's method of maybe making a whole complete self. Like, is that they put their captives in like some sort of psychedelic state, not
Well,
peyote, like
Did you okay, so as we go
Anyway.
through the trailer, we're going to see the shot where they have the Walker head strapped over the little kid.
Mm.
It's like I don't know. It was what something you just said triggered that for me. Like,
that's maybe part of it.
yeah,
Or ho, wait, we have an example of this. Remember in season 3 when they go to the Proctor's market, actually Troy and isn't it Troy?
it's
and
Troy and Nick take
Nick,
the zombie
psychedelic
brain.
zombie brain. Yeah. So maybe there's something to that. I don't know. Anyway, Brian says he said he didn't want to come back without Kim Kalataka or Michael Gray Eyes without Kim. So thinking emoji. And Crystal says, I need to listen to the trailer again to focus on the voice to figure out who it is. The guy in the helicopter definitely sounds like Strand. Okay. I mean, I'm open to it. And voice modulate. We've said this before. Do you remember when it was Margot on the radio at the end of season 9? Margot Bingham.
Yeah.
And and we were like discussing how it's very easy to not know who somebody is because of like the AM radio and telephone stripping out certain frequencies from the voice, so you really can't really tell, who was speaking on the phone, let's say. And people were speculating wildly over who was saying what to whom, and so anything is possible. And there is a bit of voice modulation going on here too in this voice. There's two different tones overlapping one another too.
I'd like to think that it's the guy who was talking to Rick, and the only reason is because
It doesn't sound exactly like it.
well, it's probably not going to be anybody that we know. Let's be honest.
Or the person we least suspect.
It's Madison again
Or,
somehow.
You know what? I'll throw a wild card out there. I mean, it could be Travis.
We never found a body.
we never found a body. I mean, right?
Thank you.
But
I
he
was
did.
waiting for
I'm
you to
sorry.
say that.
He fell out of a fucking helicopter.
fell out of a
after being
helicopter.
shot.
I mean, I am sad that it happened,
After
but
a bullet shot through his body vertically. Like, he didn't get the easy way out. It went through his
No.
ass and out his neck, or like out his shoulder or something.
yeah.
It's rough stuff, yo. Okay, so let's continue with this. Okay, go ahead.
Can
Sorry.
you put the screen up so we can see it and just
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Were you not watching it before? Did I start
No.
playing it?
No.
I thought it was weird. I thought you were trying to avoid a copyright strike.
Right, that's what I thought
Yeah,
too.
that's exactly what I was doing.
All right, there's
If
Morgan.
you want to be part of what we're doing, you need to show us that you're committed to.
Oh man. Okay. Let me
That
just
doesn't-
batch.
Yeah, that's not Strand.
Okay.
Right. So
It's a Padre voice.
this looks like there's like a walker here and another walker here, but it looks like they're on stilts. They look much taller. If like
Oh,
unless these are kids, and it looks like these
Those
might
are
be
ki- I
kids.
think
those
those
are
are kids.
kids. Those are kids, and those are just. I thought those were just adults wearing these weird kingdom-esque uniforms that you see up at the front of the screen. This weird like mask headpiece combo with the weird old sports equipment chest piece.
Right.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
my assumption when
You
I
had
was looking
mentioned
at
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like Star Wars, like Tatooine Star Warsy kind of
It
Jedi Knight
does, yeah,
gear.
it does. Yeah, I was trying to place like what exactly it was. I'm like, this is something I feel like we've seen before.
Well, so if you're looking at all these jumpsuits in the field, these look like young adults. These orange jumpsuits. These look like little kids in these yellow jumpsuits.
I believe my exact term
said,
was baby felons.
Baby fellas, that's right.
But um,
These definitely aren't real walkers.
Sherry and Dwight's kid is in orange, and he can only be like, what is this? If it's a 7-year time jump, he can only be 6 or 7 years old, unless we're going more than 7 years.
Yeah, were they different? Was it Bridget? When they were talking about the time jump, did they talk about how much time?
They must have because everyone kept saying 7 years, and like no one knows where that came from. So it must have been in the panel.
They were. I think there was the assumption that they were trying to catch up to the Walking Dead. So
But
that's where
even
they
if
got
you
that
go
number from.
7 years, there's still a year behind.
Yep. Because we're talking about 6 plus about two more years, so it would have to be 8-year time jump. Let's see. Okay, so Brian says he was bit though. Wait, who were we talking about back then? He was bit though.
Travis.
Yep. Oh, was he bit too? No.
He was bit on his way to the helicopter, and he shows
Oh,
he
okay,
shows
okay.
Alicia, and then he's shot.
Also, it'd be cool cameo if we got Tobias. God damn it, Brian. No Tobias.
Yes, a Tobias sighting. Yes, Brian. Yes,
No.
yes,
I
yes.
don't want to hear that
yes,
name
yes.
ever again. I want season 8 to finish. No Tobias. I'd be like, shut up about Tobias. Okay, so basically, they truly are kidnapping people's kids for life. Takira says, "What the actual fuck?" Yeah, and training them too. These walkers out here aren't walkers. They're like dummy walkers. It looks like they're on stands, and it looks like
Oh, that
look at
makes
this-
much more sense.
Look at this guy running around, the guy, and they're like stabbing him and stuff, and yeah, and there's like these.
Oh, and later on, there's a shot of, or it may not. It's either a trailer or it's a still of Mo like fighting, fighting a walker or something.
You know we're gonna call her Baby Mo forever now, right? Just because of all the crying last season. It's just unavoidable. Okay, so let's see if we can get.
You're committed to our
Okay,
vision.
all right, let's go back. All right. So yeah, look at this emblem here. I don't know if you can. It looks like there's like a Fireflies emblem back here. The Last of Us persists. So that could be like their Padre symbol.
They're getting Madison's air tanks there.
Right, I was like wheeling oxygen around.
Yep. Madison's royalty treatment here.
Okay, so is that somebody sitting at a table back there that we know? Could that possibly be Madison back here in the corner, sitting
Oh,
next
that's on the right.
on the
here on
right?
the right?
Yeah.
It does kind of look like her.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the gimpy, these glitchy arrows. Is that what you're seeing? Jennifer?
Yeah.
you have mice.
I have micey arrows. So the one on the right, just right of the hanging
Right, the deer.
The
deer, I
carcass.
yeah.
buck. Yeah. It doesn't really look like her though. It's some other blonde lady teaching kids though. It looks like they're learning in like tiny pods. Because that's what it looks like. Little classrooms, like with 2 students a pop. And there's some food here. I don't know. Anyway, Takir says, "Why does that look like Dwight to me?" Where? Oh, on the right.
The lady. The lady.
you know,
It might not be a lady. I don't know. Can't
Pre-beard
tell.
Dwight. I don't know. Maybe that I'd say that's more likely than Kim Dickens. Austin Emilio. Brian says, "Give me season 3 TWD vibes at the prison cookout."
I mean, look at Mo. She would only be like 8 or 9 years old at this point if it's a 7-year time. Look, there is no way that kid is like 7 or 8 years old. There has to be a longer time jump.
Well, the question is that Mo? Is that baby Mo?
Well, either way, you see her later on, and she does look older than that.
right?
And she calls Morgan dad, I think, in the later on in it too. So.
Not Abaji. Anyway, sorry. So this is more, yeah, or is it?
Yeah.
I'm like turning my head.
Ooh, Morgan looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
Real sweaty.
It's like well, I think it's like he's being rained on or something.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. It's just
Sure,
like,
it's
Oh yeah.
sure it's rain. Sure, it's rain.
okay, yeah, right. Rain and train tracks too. If you notice, which
He looks like me after the gym. You know what I mean?
which by the way, so train tracks, Sonoy, Alexandria, train tracks where Dr. Denise Cloyd was shot through the arrow, and Dwight was the one who did it. So this could be back in Alexandria, quote unquote, because I think this is another hallucination. If Troy's a hallucination, Morgan going back to Alexandria, I think is going to be a hallucination. We'll get to that part too.
Well, he doesn't go back to Alexandria. He goes back to King County.
Right, King County, Georgia.
Right.
Well, they are in Savannah too, but are they
I don't
officially on the
think- I
show
don't-
in Savannah?
I don't think they haven't said. I don't think that's a hallucination because Grace and Mo are also there.
Yeah.
I
It still could be
don't think that's a
hallucination.
I don't think that's a hallucination. I think they're trying to get away and they
All right.
end up going back.
Well, we'll talk about that more when we get there, but would you guys agree that this is probably reminiscent of like Alexandria, the train tracks, etc., or do we not
Well,
have enough info?
I mean, later on we also see that Dwight and Sherry are in a train compartment, and they're also on the back of a train. So maybe they do make it to Alexandria, or maybe they make it to Terminus. Maybe it's a Terminus
He
callback.
picks up a train this time. Planes, trains, and automobiles. We've just checked every box here.
Okay, now I can't say planes, trains, or automobiles, or I can't say the Cure anymore.
The Cure.
It haunts my dreams. Takir says, "Oh my God, it's true. It is either more than 7 years or double time jump." Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead could be further along than The Walking Dead at this rate, because of this,
Yeah.
which is pretty harrowing too when you think about how much time they've spent at Padre. Crystal Jordan says, "Could it be connected to the Commonwealth?" Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking when you talked about Dwight and Sherry. So let's continue.
Can you hear me?
Okay, so here, this looks like when they just get off of the boats and stuff, like when they get to Padre or something.
It reminds me of the buried zombie heads.
Oh, right, at the beach
Yep.
in season. And
I mean, look, there's walkers right behind them coming out of the water.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's Madison. There is. Doesn't that look like Isabel right here on the left?
That's what everybody kept saying in the live stream. That looked like Isabel.
But it's definitely not her. For sure. I'm just gonna say. And I'm just kidding.
It's
No.
pulled up as high as Bub's hat. That's
No.
for sure.
I know, high and tight. Brian just randomly says Western Alliance, and I'm hoping that does link with that scene in The Walking Dead season 10, where Michonne goes off with the big horde of people with cowboyish outfits. But yeah, Brian, feel free to qualify what you mean by that. Takira says, if we want to see a Morgan Rick reunion, I think they do have to pass the TW timeline. Yep, yeah, I agree.
They do, yeah.
Also, I'm dying for a Rick Madison meet. I've been wanting that since season 1 of Fear.
She's shipping Radisson.
Radisson at the Radisson.
Radisson.
Brian. So, but like where in the, well, we'll get there. And they, Takira.
Yes, they better show Tobias. Yes, Takira.
I'm gonna ban you
Yes.
from the chat. You can take your money back. I don't want your survive. By the way, thank you, Takira. I'm going to say this out loud. I had just seen, because I was out, I had to leave on Saturday. I just saw that you became a Survivor Series member, which means, well, why aren't you here with us right now? Survivor
Yeah,
members
what?
get to join us on stream usually. For some, look in the Discord. Anyway, let's go to this.
I'll tag you.
And the reason why I say that this is most likely after the boat that they're on or something is because Morgan still has his staff, and later on he has a different weapon, and Madison still has the hammer that she had, or the sledgehammer she had at the end of season 7. If you look right here, or here is relative. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. And
You
keep.
hear me?
All right, Sheridan, I know you have a lot to say about this.
So in the on the panel, Jenna was saying that June is very dark this season and kind of gone rogue because of the manipulation.
At
She didn't say
Morgan.
who by, but somebody is manipulating her through the people that she loves. So she's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
she gave a very interesting analogy. She said that when she was a teenager, she went to the beach and she kept getting hit by waves over and over and over again, and because nobody told her that she could just go through the wave. And she said that's kind of where June is at now. She's just hanging on by she's hanging on to her last breath, and she's just totally in this dark and terrible place because all of her traumas have just like waterfalled all over her, and so I'm super excited because remember in season 6 I wanted
A
June to
dark
break
June.
fucking bad. Remember, I wanted June to fucking break bad.
Somebody was
And
listening.
she did a little bit. She did a little bit because she fucking blew Jenny's head off, which was great. But I fucking wanted her to break bad, and I think I'm getting it this season. So I am really fucking excited.
Well, either way, it looks like she's not joining the program that Padre has laid out, or Morgan's program about trying to
Mm.
break everybody out or get everybody home safe or whatever it is. So I like it.
I'm
It's very
I'm
Rambo.
super. You are like the fifth, because I listened to some other people breaking down the trailer, and everybody's like June. They keep calling June Rambo, and the other thing is they're all talking about her arms.
The
Her
gun show,
arms are
baby.
like, damn.
Yeah,
her
that's
fucking
what I said
guns,
when
man.
she popped up. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
she's looking ripped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I swear, she's screaming Sarah Connor T2 to me. Like the outfit, the guns.
I feel you. I feel you.
You can't do any better than Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, right?
Except for
It's
June
a fucking
Dory.
icon. It's a fucking icon. 2 icons.
Brian had
Anyway.
said, Brian qualified his statement. He says, you mentioned being connected to the Commonwealth. Perhaps this group could be that. We're behind the Commonwealth right now, so maybe there's the early workings of the Western Alliance. However, yeah, that's tricky because if the Western Alliance, if this is the Western Alliance, but Fear the Walking Dead is currently ahead of the Walking Dead, then it wouldn't be because that showed up during the Whisper, just before the Whisper War. So it's a bit messy. So it depends on how far along the time jump is. If it's 7 years, then yes. If it's 8 years or more, it's not possible. But hey, listen, I'm not in charge of the timeline. Scott Gimple is. So the Gimp is. Sorry, I shouldn't say that ever again. I'm sorry. Now I have more things I can't say on the show.
Gimp
can't call
sleeping.
Crystal says, "Badass June. She better have a spinoff." Oh, I don't know. I think they're destined to put that to bed. Fear the Walking Dead to bed. And Brian says June has nothing to lose at this point. Yeah, technically no. She does not have anything to lose at this point.
Yeah.
So who is she reserving herself for at this point? June has nothing. Okay. David Kranza says we believe in stars and hearts and eyes emojis. Very, very cool. I am so ready for Dark June Carol edition. Takira says, and Crystal says I blame Morgan. I'll take it.
I blame Morgan too. It doesn't matter what it is.
I don't blame anybody.
Wow.
I blame Morgan. I blame Morgeson.
Morgeson.
Morgeson. Brian says, have they made that?
What a horrifying Photoshop that would be.
Oh, you know what? So to Brian's point, have they made that time jump yet? And at this point, no. Because the trailer clearly shows Morgan and Madison getting off to the shore, let's say, but with the weapons that they had but at some point they will. So I wonder, maybe they still have time. Maybe to your point, Brian, maybe they have some time for some of people to branch off, or maybe they defeat Padre right away, and whatever they're dealing with right now is some sort of that or recovery group of that. I don't know. Takira says, I blame Morgan for being awesome. Yeah, me too, Takira. Two things can be right at the same time. Let's keep going, everybody.
Do you think any time that they head to Padre, the senator has to guide them there?
It's required. We have to follow this walker. Okay,
That
so
is how Madison is gonna find Alicia again. Madison is gonna
follow
follow
the
the
senator.
senator
I thought
and
we
find
got this guy.
Alicia.
in the last season. But you know why I laugh so hard at that is that because the reason why it's so funny is because all of us thought for even if it was just for a few seconds that maybe walkers contain memories from their form. Maybe
Well,
they do.
and we're like, that's so stupid. They can't do anything. And then bam, variants happened. So
True,
But
that was
remember,
until
we
way
also
later.
were like, but remember, we were also like, well, I mean, it is kind of ridiculous, but then at the same time, you have Teddy Bear Girl who bent down and picked up a fucking
and
teddy
Jenny
bear.
Jones and all that other stuff people have said over the
Variants.
years. The
Mhm.
walkers running after Sophia in the woods really
But
fast.
God, wouldn't that just be the worst? Okay, so in the Last of Us, one of the Sam asks
Sam
Ellie,
Burrell. Mhm.
if we turn into a monster, are we still us inside, right? And that every time, the more I think about that, the more it horrifies me that you are aware that you're being manipulated and doing this shit, and you can't stop it.
Isn't that the scariest
So,
thing?
And then
Living
I
inside
think
your own
about
head.
it in this context where you're dead and you're a zombie, but you still remember these things and you still have these trace feelings, and how fucking awful it is. Like it hurts me to think about it.
Well, see, I happen to think of it the other way because technically your memories aren't. I separate the memories or the memories that you have from the you that you are. And so once you're gone, your memories are a thing on their own. So let's just pretend that we live in a world where after you die, your memories continue to be stored in the cells in your brain. So all the dead are doing are accessing a piece of your memory and associating it with movement. Same like muscle memory. It's like they for some reason it's strong enough for them to associate with that thing, even though you're not there anymore. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like a disassociation from who you are as a person. Like even your memories are kept undead, in a sense. I don't know. But let's go to the comments. Mitchell says, "Oh wait, so yeah." Brian says variants were always a thing. Oh, and there was a sign that said Padre is a lie. I see. And Mitchell says, "Hello, just got off work." Hey, Mitchell, producer Mitchell. You got to make that money to keep our podcast going. Takira says he's not an executive producer just yet. He doesn't have enough money. Takira says, I was like, oh my God, the walker's going to lead them to the promised land. Laughing emoji into your hand. Mitchell. Walkers climb the ladder in season 1. Yep. Chain link fence. Remember? Takira says, yes, Brian.
They use rocks to bang on the window.
Yeah, they were
when
using
they were breaking into the
tools.
mall.
Yep.
And brought that back again in the hospital in season 11. Last episode.
Yeah.
Crystal says, what show, Brian? This show. Well, The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, the main. Okay, so let's keep going. We got Dwight and Sherry here with a very, very big antenna walkie-talkie that we can't hear the conversation from, I don't think.
I just want to say that Sherry has recovered from her birth fucking extraordinarily well. Like, she looks really good.
Well, it's Christine. Well, doesn't this go in line with most things, right? They all have clean teeth. They all look pretty clean as people on a zombie apocalypse show.
She has a nice stylish scarf going on in the apocalypse.
Yeah. Listen, even in the apocalypse, what underwear are you wearing? What is it? What's the show?
Half naked. Half naked with Christina Evangelista.
What's the
Yeah.
first question she asks? What underwear
What
are you
underwear are you wearing?
What kind of underwear are you wearing? Sherry,
wearing?
what kind of underwear are you wearing in the apocalypse? Isn't that
Pants.
something that you would kind of run out of fairly soon, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you have to kind of go commando at some
I
point.
mean, you're gonna have to like,
Oh.
wear some like
Thanks,
cloth
Shakira.
diapers. Cloth diapers or make a comeback.
You're right. You make your own underwear. You just kind of like You just
Moist
use
I think
all
you
the
just
scarves.
go commando.
You just use all the scarves you refuse to use in life. Before the apocalypse, you just use make
How many
underwear.
scarves do you
I have like 9 scarves, and I don't
I
use
have
any
like
of them.
I have
Four
like
too
2
many scarves for
bandanas.
one person.
I have
Shitty
2
Christmas.
bandanas. I could maybe tie them together and make one.
I'd say I want to see that, but I really don't.
No, we do not want to see
We
that.
don't. It's, like conceptually, I'd like to see how that works out. Maybe you'll just let us know how that works out. So Lois says, "What's up, crackers?" Sure,
I
we
saw that.
We
I
are
was like,
crackers. What's up, Lois? You're the one who's not on time. Crystal says White and Sherry need to have a spinoff so they can go after Negan. Crystal Jordan. Negan is not redeemed, and of course,
I'm sorry, Negan. They'll have to fight Maggie for that. So
right, I get to kill him. And of course,
that's
Takira.
not what she wants to do with him.
Well, I mean,
Oh, come on.
wants to-
Enough.
she wants
Enough
to-
of this.
she wants to stab him, but she didn't specify with what.
Oh, God.
Takira tipped us
Oh,
three
gosh.
coffees. Thank you, Takira. And you too can use the QR code in the top left hand of the screen to buy us a coffee and tip us during the stream. If you want to, you don't have to. You get 30 days of supported back content if you do. So thank you. David Carranza posted some underwear emojis. Brian says, on the teeth thing, I'm not sure. But not eating sugary crap and other junk would help your teeth not go bad. I could be wrong. Actually, so it's funny. I've seen like little studies and video studies of people who don't brush their teeth, but like eat like Greek yogurt to try to kind of minimize the bacteria, and then all it doesn't work out. Just trust me. It's like, if there's toothbrushes, then you can hold it back.
I mean, before toothbrushes were created, people would take like little sticks, twigs, and peel the bark back and get to the pulpy inside and like make that chew on it until it was a little brush, and then they would use that to brush their teeth. And there were some trees that had like antiseptic properties to them. When you did that, it would clean your teeth really well. So just because you don't have toothbrushes and stuff,
Yeah, you can get by.
doesn't, you know, you can still get by. But I could see that like not having a sugary diet would help that, because you wouldn't be having all the
Good to know, though. I'm going to need to look up what tree that is for my prepping.
Well, that's why the apple a day, the apple a day keeps the doctor away. I think it was also like because of the fruit sugar would help with that too.
It's actually the way that your
Fructose.
teeth have to work through the apple. It helps to clean off your teeth and in between your gums.
Right.
So yeah, that is scientifically proven to help. I mean, it doesn't fix everything. Like
Right.
dentistry still became an industry for a reason.
Which
but-
goes back to my comment, which is like they look perfect. Everybody's teeth looks perfect. Everybody's
Oh,
hair is
yeah.
coiffed.
They're actors.
So yeah, there you go.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do in the apocalypse. You know what I'm saying?
Well, or on a television
But you know
show.
what? Okay, so when we were watching The Last of Us, and Father David kept smiling, like his teeth just bugged the shit out of me because they did not look super great. You know what I'm like it just stood out to me.
Yeah,
Like
so
he needs to get a twig.
both extremes, and that's so. And you're just proving like, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. How people don't want to look at fugly people on TV. It's true, and I could go further with this, but maybe we're thinking about doing, and this is just for you people if you want to do it. We've been thinking about doing like raw live streams for some of our supporters, where we just really get to unleash and not censor ourselves and our thoughts, and get to go on a stream of consciousness thoughts that don't necessarily pertain to The Walking Dead. We could talk about anything that you want and that we want for the hour-long, period. So consider either joining a membership tier on our Patreon or Ko-fi, or tipping us. Yeah, get 30 days. for
Come
access.
talk to Bridget and I about Yellowstone.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah, there you go. Put that behind a paywall. We'll talk for hours.
yeah, so
I'll
Lois,
talk about Yellowstone all day long.
Lois says was watching The Voice. Sorry, and I'm like, I don't have to apologize. You do you, girl. You do you, and we still love you. Crystal says, I will not forgive Negan for what he did, and neither will Bishop, or the is his name Bishop or no Armstrong on
What
on
did
Dead
Negan
City.
do?
Let's move on.
What did Negan do? I don't
Killed-
Oh my
Where's Rachel? And then she storms into the stream. He killed Glenn. Hashtag. Anyway, whatever.
But he saved dogs, so I mean, it kind of balances out a little bit.
I was just listening to our podcast covering the storm. By the way, was it season 9, episode 16? Actually,
Oh my
15
God,
and
Brian, I was
16.
kidding.
So
Brian, what kind of Walking Dead podcast are we if we don't know what Negan did? You've just undermined our entire street cred.
let me just put that up there. Glenn, lol. Anyway. So
I mean, I am more of a Fear fan, so
Rachel,
it's easy for me.
Rachel
It's
says
easy for me to miss these little things.
I'm just telling Rachel to get over here because Glenn was mentioned.
Then tell her that Nacho was mentioned. That'll really get her.
from Better Call Saul. Okay, Lois says I'm going to try that tree thing.
Oh wait! Tell her DJ Qualls was mentioned.
Well, you guys do that while I read the comments. Brian says I'm sure they could find stores that still had them in there to scavenge. Yeah, it's true. But and Takir says, but they always make a point to have certain people's teeth look horrific. Yep, like Clara's. Clara? Who's Clara? Wait, who's Clara?
I don't know. I stared at that for a while trying to figure out who that
You
was.
the crazy lady in the woods that tried to feed Rick to her husband.
Yeah.
Rick to her husband?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Season 3 or 4 when they were at the prison.
Everybody's laughing. Glenn is my favorite. Brian says, I want to offer a promotion of your channels, viewers. No. Wait, I love DJ Qualls.
Chatbots.
Chatbot. Goodbye. Anyways, that's gone. I would reload the screen, but something might
But we're
happen.
live, so.
Are you seeing that? The reload?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. So, okay, let's continue with this right now. Okay, so now we have Baby Mo, who, if you had to take a
Wait.
guess,
All right, that's 12. She's 11 or 12. There's no freaking way she's like 9.
She's tall. Like,
I could see
the
her
girl
like
is
being
tall.
a tall 9-year-old. I'd see
The
a
girl
tall
is
9-year-old.
tall.
But yeah, that would be a tall order for a 9-year-old.
Yeah. I don't know because it's like I've lost complete touch with how old kids are. So, and I work with kids. And it's like
Right.
once they hit a certain point, I cannot tell how old they are anymore.
Well, I'm just saying she's not like 8 or 9 years old. She's
Well, that
she's
actress is definitely not.
She's
8 or
got to be. I mean, she's got to be like 11 or 12 there.
Well, maybe we should find out at some point, but maybe one of you look up the age of the actor. All right, we got Grace. That's good. Grace is awesome. There's nothing more to say, but she does have a hammer. Right? Maybe it's Madison's hammer.
I wonder if they ever told Mo about her real parents.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they would have to. They're not like they're not like Judith with Shane. Definitely is 50-50 on whether they told her about Lori. But apparently Judith did talk about Lori, so that happened. So Lois says, who is Baby Mo? Well, if you watch Fear the Walking Dead season 7, she is the crying to hell baby in episode 702. That basically she arrives in season 6, the end of season 6, more or less, right? No, actually, from the beginning of
Baby
season
Mo
6.
is Rachel and Isaac's baby, who Morgan and Grace have to adopt because Rachel gets killed and Isaac gets killed.
And she becomes their purpose throughout the 7th season, basically.
Just want to just remind everybody that Rachel is her mom. Rachel is her mom.
Yeah. I mean, I want to remind everybody that found family is a thing in the universe.
I can't tell if this actress is who it is, but if it's Jayla Walton,
Mhm.
she's 18.
Oh my god.
She also became famous as an influencer, so I'm like,
here's the
I'm
thing.
baffled by so many things right now.
She does not even look like an 18-year-old to me. Like she looks like a very young 18-year-old
I'm
or very
thinking
old.
Jayla Walton might be
9-year-old.
the older one.
Okay,
The old.
the only reason is because I can't tell because she's so makeuped up, like in her photos, and she's literally the only new person that's been added, like to the list.
Are you looking at IMDb?
I'm just looking on Google.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
keep going though, because we're only
Anyway,
like 14
yeah,
seconds
moving
in.
on. Yeah, this is rough.
Okay, Madison's tallying her days in solitary, apparently, maybe is
Somewhere,
what this
yeah.
supposed thing is. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, Brian says there was never DNA test for Judith. You never know. I think we know.
We know.
Okay, we've got a Daniel, and we've got the apparently the fencing helmets, which aren't really doing a great job. But here we go.
I'll say what I said on the live stream. Those actors probably really appreciate it. It looks like it's probably really mosquito-y there.
Yeah, yeah,
It is
I
Georgia.
remember that.
It's Georgia and look, that's like the swamplands.
Yep, and Daniel Salazar. People lost their minds when they saw him. Apparently,
Yes, I'm like so thankful he's still on for
Yeah.
real.
but it kind of looks like he's back where he was in his origin story, sort of when he was talking about his past, like in the swamps of
The child
etc.
soldier thing. Yeah.
Yep, and that's never a good thing. And Brian says I need old Daniel back, and I always say to that, I say, please, like in a way, yes, but I liked Happy Daniel. I liked Daniel
Yeah.
taking care of, but then again, it might well be because it with Alexa Nisenson off the show at some point, I don't know when, but with Charlie off the show at some point, yeah, I could see him sliding back, or I don't know, maybe he takes that with him in a new way, let's say, like Morgan, in a way. Crystal says, yes, I miss old Daniel. And Brian says, Daniel's my favorite on Fear the Walking Dead.
Mine
And
too.
Takira says, for me, Daniel is the Morgan of Fear, even though Morgan is there now, if you know what I mean. Hey, Rachel, what's up?
I'm here. How
Mm-hmm.
is everyone?
We mentioned we evoked the name of Glenn, and Crystal says, I don't forgive Negan. And so can do, and everybody said, Glenn, lol.
Oh, no, not lol. Never lol.
There you go. Oh, and Brian says, where is Skidmark? And I say,
Where
let's move on.
Is Skidmark. No.
Okay, so I knew she was coming to the show. I think she was the first person announced on the show, actually. And I forget her name too, but she's been many not background actor, but like a B actor, and like never always a bridesmaid, never the bride kind of
Supporting cast.
Yeah, but she's excellent. She's incredible.
Background wouldn't have lines, right?
I don't remember her name though, but apparently she has Morgan's Emil at Bo Axe staff thing. Yeah, so that's
Somebody
why he needs.
beating up Morgan. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
These are the
she
train
looks-
tracks, by the way,
I'm
from
sorry.
the rain.
I shouldn't assume this person's gender. She, he, I don't know.
Hmm.
They.
You shouldn't assume that.
Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just shouldn't have made assumptions. They are very CRM, and so then now I have come to the conclusion that anytime anyone has a bad haircut, it is a CRM haircut.
Right.
Is
well,
my
that's just
new
what we call them.
terminology.
I think that's who AJ thought was Max.
Yes. True story.
Mm,
AJ did
I
think
see
that this
that,
was
though.
Max. Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
that.
Max.
Max,
Yeah,
one of the kids,
missing-
you know.
Missing kid Max.
There's
Oh.
definitely some
One
similarity
of the
in the
Cackleberry
face.
kids.
The actress that plays Baby Mo is Zoe Merchant, and she is 12.
Okay.
There you go.
Which she could play a 10-year-old if that like that's what they do. That's what actors do. They don't play that. Look at Pedro Pascal. He played 32 and 54. Neither of those are his ages. And The Last of Us.
He also did a Merge Mansion commercial that I saw today and died laughing over. So there's that.
Yeah. So let me read some
He
comments before
also
we
got
move
his
on.
head splattered into a pile of goo. I'm not sure.
That
Awesome.
that totally
Somebody squeezed
re-traumatized
it.
me.
Somebody squeezed his brains out.
So,
So
in
cool.
response to Brian's "Where is Skidmark?" Takira says the way he disappeared and popped back in from time to time, and I always love to have him back. I'm like, I don't care. Crystal says, I hope the cat comes back hurting the walkers.
Crystal.
I love you, Crystal, but
I'd be down for that.
I'd see that. I'd like to see that. Sure, whatever.
It's funny.
She better get that thing out of Morgan's face, Takira says. I agree. And eventually she will, because that's not how the show will end. Otherwise, big spoiler.
Yeah, because Morgan doesn't die.
Look, there's the train in the back there.
Yeah,
So we
that's what
can
I was saying, the
see it.
tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the tracks from Morgan in the Rain. Maybe after they leave him here, and that's where he ends up, or gets knocked out, and he wakes up in the rain. Who knows?
Gosh, that ugly bugger on the right looks like an ex-boyfriend of mine.
Have you guys been at this for almost an hour and it's like, and you have literally gotten like 30 seconds into it?
Yes, you've met us,
Continue.
right?
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Oh wait, that was pretty quick. Okay,
Oh,
look at that.
Now I see why.
Lynchburg,
Yes,
Lynchburg,
it's
Tennessee, right?
Lynchburg, Virginia.
Virginia. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw like a coin or something. Yeah, that's right. Like there. Okay, no, it's a nail. And I guess they're
They're nailing up a sign or something.
This is like a terminus thing where they. Alright, whatever.
It's Terminus again.
Oh,
They're back.
Okay, Padre is alive. This is what I think what Brian was mentioning before.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Morgan, see Rick again. Well, I don't care about that really so much. I mean, I like all these things.
I think that says Padre Isili, and that is Isili is like the person's last name. And
Padre
and
Isili.
Padre, that's an address thing. Like that's out in front of their house and it says Padre
So
Isili.
this is why we haven't made it very far. Because of these antics.
Word.
Whoa, that is pretty cool. These are some.
Those are
walkers.
the weirdest looking walkers. Like they look like vampires.
I
look
said,
like-
what in the Voldemort is this?
Look at the sides of their heads. It's like you
Why are they
you ever
so
heard of
smooth?
you ever heard of
They're smooth
trepanning,
brained.
where they like cut a hole in your head to let
Trippin-
pressure
Yeah,
off and stuff?
Like,
Right.
yeah.
But
yeah.
Trichinosis? No.
what about you remember the guy in Ripley's Believe It or Not that had the candle in his head? Like maybe they put
No.
candles in there and they walk them around and they're like torches.
I mean, I was thinking more along the lines of like this would be, wouldn't this be like people? This looks like people who died of cancer or something like that because their skulls are like kind of transparenty and
I-
it doesn't look like there was ever any hair on there or.
I did say what in the Voldemort. I did.
Mhm.
If
it's Kira.
honestly, you know what this makes me think of? Underground fish.
The what are those called? Deep sea.
As opposed to a
No, like
ocean life?
no, when you go to like a cave
cave
fish, and they are like they're like translucent, their
like
skin.
the tetras, right? The tetra.
Yeah, and
fish.
blind.
Yeah, and they're blind, they
Mhm.
can't see.
Mhm.
It's like that's what this makes me think
So
of.
they're mole walkers. Okay.
Yeah, they're mole walkers. I
Mole
like it.
walkers with little boils on their heads. Oh, and they're after maybe supposedly because we don't know how they they
Yeah,
cut and
yeah,
paste
who
these.
knows?
could be
Those
a cut.
hands look really new. Like those do not look
Like
like walker
fresh.
hands.
Well, just like the
Yeah.
heads, they don't look that gnarly. They look just almost
the
just
heads-
turned.
The heads look dead. Those hands don't look dead. Those look like regular hands. I know it's not, but
Well, this
that's
is
what-
like the. Do you remember the sub? Remember when they finally got to the sub for the first time? Or
I mean,
the first time?
Voldemort was on the train. Well, you know.
Yeah, this does kind of look like a
Hogwarts
sleeper train.
Express.
But is it? Doesn't this sort of also look like the school buses that were underground, like June and
Yes,
John Dory
I
Sr.?
thought.
Oh yeah, it does.
I really thought that might have been what it was until they showed the train from the outside and
Right.
showed them standing on top of it from the outside.
Gotcha. And okay, David says, "I love you, nerds." Brian says, "Hey, look, there's Troy with a hole in the head walker." I got that. Oh, the cameo that we wanted to see, not me. Anyway. All right. All right, swamp walkers. Okay, it looks like we're still here in this one. Could it be? Who's this? Oh, that's me. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. that's not me. This guy has hair. But this looks like them. It still looks like Morgan's sort of from Drive, maybe. But let's see.
So I read something that said, I don't remember who it was, but it was a little article, and it said that 75% of the trailer is from the first 2 episodes of 8A.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Well, you're saying the first half. I would have even said all of it's from the first half. But then
No,
again,
no, the first 2 episodes. The 75% of the trailer are from the first 2 episodes of 8A.
Well, it seems like that maybe the time jump occurs either at the end of the first one or somewhere in the second one.
I mean,
Well,
I'm wondering.
they
So I'm
showed-
wondering. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Rachel.
Emily, I agree. I dig the cinematography of the swamp so much, and I do too. I love that.
Mhm.
But what were you gonna say, Sharon D? Sorry.
Actually, let Rachel say what she was going to say.
Oh,
Well, Dave had commented on the time jump, but I thought we saw in the trailer we saw who we thought was Baby Mo, older. So
well, yeah, but in an earlier still, and actually, I can go to it right now. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it?
we were so far.
You just
All right,
undid it,
So
damn
this,
it.
so this is them. This is them shortly after the events of season 7, because Morgan still has his bow, and Madison still has her hammer from that episode. If they were already in the time jump, she wouldn't have had her hammer anymore. And
So-
Morgan definitely doesn't have his bow.
Someone make a
Something-
video edit to Peter Gabriel's sledgehammer. No, it's Phil Collins' sledgehammer. No, it's Peter.
No, it's Peter
Gabriel's
Gabriel.
sledgehammer.
Something they said in the panel makes me think that we're going to get a lot of back and forth time. Like,
Oh,
I have the feeling like what they're going to
Hmm.
do is show the people in the present, the 7-year time jump, and then go back and show what happened in that 7 years.
so
each person.
basically
Is what I
season
feel
4,
like.
Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Is what I feel like they're going to do.
except not as
just
tricky.
just from
gimmicky.
what they were saying in the panel today.
Okay, I can dig it.
I can't. I think it was Jenna, but I can't remember exactly. But they were like, we're gonna see this person and how they're what the space they're in now, but then we're also gonna see what happened to get them to that point.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's nothing unusual. Does that not look like a CRM Humvee in the background?
This is where the CRM haircut thing came from.
Right, because it does look like I don't really know, but yeah, there you go. Okay, it has a turret and everything.
it's Mad Max.
Yeah.
Swamp walkers.
Kick them.
Swamp
Oh.
How
Swampers.
gross they look.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're awesome.
I think there's the walker here that everybody loved too. Eventually, oh look at that. There's June.
The one that I kept saying I was in love with that walker, and I was like, not
June
really. you
smashing
guys.
another walker in the
What?
face.
Not really.
Get those guns, man. Get them, June.
Oh God. what
So
is-
there's Mo, like she's just sitting there reading a book, and here comes this walker, just busts up out of the floor and attacks her.
like a concrete walker. We've never seen that before, right?
That's pretty cool.
Or burnt walker.
Oh
She's
yeah.
just like sitting there minding her own business.
Yeah. Why they gotta? Why they
How
gotta be so
dare
nasty?
he?
So like
Right.
Charlie, when Charlie was reading books on the riverside, and the walker just came
Yeah.
out of the water and attacked her.
Like read quieter.
By the way, Lois says, "Well, if you're only 30 seconds in, I've not missed much. You don't know us, Lois. You don't know us.
Lois, I love you so much.
I love you too." Crystal says, "Is Al going to come back in season 8 or in the Rick Michonne spinoff?" I don't
I don't think
she's
we're
gonna be
ever
for
going to
season
see
8, so
Al again.
No,
Ever.
I don't
can-
think
I don't
Al
think
or
we'll
Isabel's
ever see her
coming back.
again.
I
No.
can see a world in
If
which
we
she shows
do,
up in
it
the
won't
other
be
ones.
Maggie Grace.
Oh well, why do you
Yeah.
say that?
I don't think
Eh.
Maggie Grace will come back.
I don't think I don't think we're going to see Al ever again.
I'm open to the idea of it being valid that she shows up in the Summit series, but it's the same thing I say about Morgan, though. I mean, I think it would be kind of cool because you could do a lot of cool things with Al and Morgan, but mostly Al, actually, because it fits my theory and I like being right. David is adorably animated. Thank you, David. I'm scared for Mo.
He's very good at hiding the robot.
Dave, why are you leaving your own message? These messages for yourself under Carranza's name?
No, see, because David Carranza is the time jump version of me.
No, you're the time jump version of him.
I'm the original. I came first. I was born in 1979.
Dave is the Tobias.
Shut your mouth. Crystal says I'm scared for Mo Collins, but I'm excited to see her at camp. Yeah, the camp. Yeah, camp is loaded with David, Mo Collins,
Colby.
Wait, who else is there?
Colby
Colby
Minifee.
Minifee. Who's
MJS.
still in the boys?
Paula.
Yeah. Who what was the last one you said?
MJS Paula.
Paula.
Oh, wait, I was talking about fear characters.
Well, yeah.
Brian says, I think we'll
Okay.
we'll at some point see Al again. And Lois says, I'll be there because Morgan is always looking for her. Oh, Al will be there.
Is that
I
a speech
think-
to text issue?
Your text to speech. It's not your friend, Lois. So it looks like Madison's on one of those tugboat houseboats. What are you doing, Bridget? What's up? Is it the owl will always be there because? See, Lois, what Bridget means to say is, why weren't you there on Saturday? Was she there on Saturday?
She was. She offered to put her email in the chat.
Yeah. Again. She said she was just kidding. I saw that part in the
Oh,
video.
oh my gosh! In my head, all of a sudden, I started singing, "I'll be there."
And now I'll be there. Wait,
when
Bridget,
you
we're gonna get a
call
copyright strike.
Call me Al. Call me Al.
Call me Owl. Yeah.
Can you imagine us getting dinged for that? And like, I'd be like, "Did you watch the clip? Because that is it's not even a faithful rendition." And I'll be there.
Oh, my stomach
Don't
hurts.
you know, baby Mo?
Okay.
I'll be there for you.
I'll be there to show. Anyway, all right, Madison's beating that drum. I don't know, nothing really much. She's trying
What
to get
the
somebody's
hell?
attention.
Oh my god, she's so stupid. Die already.
Who
Again.
is this?
Wow.
Wherever you go.
Oh, Sherry.
Is that Sherry?
And Dwight.
Oh, come on with your pauses. All right, who is that? That is
Sherry.
Sherry.
Oh, it's Christian Serratus.
I see squares.
It is really not. I see squares too. It's,
To be fair, it's through Dave's robot filter, so
I think it's Sherry.
it looks like
That
Sherry.
hair,
it doesn't
though.
look like her, but hey, you
Like
never
if you
know.
sit here for a second, and then it'll clear up.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
In that frame, it
Yeah,
looks like
okay.
Daryl.
Look at the way that shirt is coming off. The way she's wearing that shirt, that is Sherry.
Excuse me. Your shirt's coming off.
No, the way she's wearing it.
Whoa! Did you see this? Look, Dwight is falling from a height.
Oh no.
No,
I like
No.
this.
we're
Not
not
the
doing
water
this
tower?
again. We're not doing this again.
Is
We're
that
not
the
doing this
water
again.
tower?
I mean, we are doing this. So
Didn't-
I wasn't there.
Wait a minute.
Is he falling? All I can see is his face.
Wait, so here, let's go frame by frame, and he's falling.
I still only see his face. That's
Oh
all
my
I
gosh.
can make out.
Can we?
It looks like
can we
he's
move
falling on
on?
Sherry though. So
Can we move on? Because David Kranz said we're never getting through this trailer, and based on how far we are, I'm starting to feel like that's true.
listen, you came here, folks, and now we have 11 people on here. So
I do work tomorrow.
Me
um,
too.
At some point.
Okay, well, Brian asks an important question: how many of our group will survive this season? If we're guessing, I don't like this. I just-
3.
I can't.
Honestly, if I'm being serious,
Everybody but Morgan
them.
and Madison.
nope. I think
I think
all
the
of them will
opposite. Actually,
survive.
I think
all
Morgan
of them
and
will.
I have a feeling Morgan and Madison will die.
Yeah, I said everybody will live except Morgan and Madison.
Oh, okay. I have theories
Oh.
about Sherry, but I'm not willing to discuss. Like, I don't feel like because I'm basing this off of things that aren't canon, and it's just stupid. It is. Let's base it on things that she said in interviews.
What?
Just call my name,
Yes,
and I'll
Eric,
be
that's
there.
true. Eric, that is true.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Oh well, Crystal says I think we're gonna lose those two for
Oh my
sure.
gosh.
Mo, but I don't know who else will die. Maybe Charlie. Oh, well, definitely Charlie.
Charlie's already dead, I think.
Yeah,
Charlie's-
you guys
Charlie's
never getting
gone.
through the trailer facts. Carranza says, Brian, I actually think that's a good amount of people that will survive. I'm thinking we might lose a good number. Looks like he's getting a Rosita moment. Oh,
That's why I said we're
maybe.
not talking about it, Brian. We're not
Mhm.
talking about
I'm
it.
sitting here eating a cold Winnie. Weenie, you mean? I'm thinking about Al.
I can never tell if Lois is fucking with me or not.
That's the best part. Oh, and Eric says, Dwight looks like he's falling from Nakatomi Plaza onto Sherry. If you look at the screen grab, she's
my
right
God,
there.
David,
She's
don't do
right
it.
there.
Don't do
She's right there.
Sherry is Hans Gruber. in this
So wait,
situation.
No, Dwight would be
So-
Hans Gruber.
Dwight is Hans Gruber falling on Bruce Willis and on McLean, whatever his name is.
Sherry's Bruce
no,
Willis.
on the police. On the oh my God. What is
No, I'm waiting for Rachel. What?
Carl? On Carl. He's falling on.
Oh, and the Carl Winslow character.
Yes. He's falling. Jerry's Carl.
Welcome to the party, pal.
His name is Reginald Vell Johnson.
Thank you, Reginald Bell Johnson.
Carl Winslow.
look
He's
at
Carl
that.
Winslow.
Do you see this? Okay, so Morgan and June. June takes out some goons.
I don't think that's June. I think that's Madison.
You think it's Madeline? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a stunt person.
That's
Oh,
why.
their hair. And
So
everything.
nice to showcase them during the trailer.
And Morgan just runs away. He's like, "You can take care of these
You're
people.
out.
You
You're
got
out
it.
of here.
You
Well,
got
in that
this."
case, if that's the case, it probably is June because he'd just be like, "Bye, bitch." Leave her
exactly.
there.
Oh, goodness.
We got some swamps. We're driving through.
Great shot. That is a beautiful shot, though, for real. Like,
That's what I say about like Fear the Walking Dead. Their episodes are good. They're filmed really well. It's just the arcs that we all have an issue
okay,
with.
so do you think that's
Is it
Strand?
Strand?
Do you think
That's
that's
Strand.
Strand?
Where?
Looks very
With the hat.
on the right.
With the hat.
With the hat. Yeah.
Go back a little
Oh,
bit.
That's how you're matching with
Oh.
the tight, that's high and tight hat
That
in the
was
background.
Strand, yeah.
The Pope hat.
It doesn't have to be Strand, right?
It looks like him though. Go back just a little bit.
He's got new hair this
Play it,
season.
like play it. Let it play.
Yeah, but
it
it goes by
play.
so fast.
No, it does.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think that looks like.
that could be
Strand.
like a flashback of Strand.
Let me go back really.
Or maybe his hair is
carefully.
different after
Why
the
does
time
it have
jump.
to be a flashback? for?
Strand.
Because his hair is different in this season, but it's after the time jump, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, let's keep going.
So this could be pre-time jump.
Well, who's this?
That shit looked like a freaking World War II battlefield or something that just framed
Right?
just
Mhm.
before.
Maybe it's a dream. Might not even be real. Could be a dream sequence.
Can I just
Ooh.
say I'm so thankful their CRM haircut that I am so thankful about the color palette. Like, just thank God.
It's more
I was
greenish.
so tired of the
At least
yellow,
it's not yellow.
the yellow
So
and
thankful.
the yellow and green because everything with Strand was green.
But not
Yeah.
like naturey green.
Not
it was
like- no, it was
pukey
like-
green. It was
Right?
like
It was like
radiation green.
industrial green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stab.
We'll get to that. That looks like Daniel and our haircut are facing off.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Now the question is Walker? And it
Ooh, that skin tone
Right.
definitely looks.
No, I don't.
dead,
I don't.
doesn't it?
I don't. Go back a little bit because it shows it from.
oh, and he's ducking. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Or maybe
Okay.
he's like pushing.
Is he a
pushing that person
variant?
Down.
Oh, maybe he is. Oh, I doubt it. But it looks
No,
like
that
that.
had some Romero skin tone for sure. That wasn't even
Mhm.
like Walking Dead. That was old school.
That was like
It looks
blue.
like
Yeah, yeah.
looks like Daniel has a friend.
the Dawn of the Dead, 1979 or whatever version, where they're all blue.
blue walkers.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that Charity reacted to. Wait, let me see. Let me read some comments. Yippee! Brian says, it's like badass Daniel's back. Okay. Brian says again, I can't wait to see Daniel kill everybody. Takira says, I bet this battle brings back muscle memory of his previous life. And that's kind of what I was saying before, Brian. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's true. I want to
So,
mention a
I'm-
comment that was in here earlier. Emily, the artist Emily, was in the chat very briefly, and it said that she loves the cinematography of the swamp,
Mhm.
and I just want to say yes to all of that. I cannot express how thankful I am that we're out of a nuclear wasteland, for the love of God.
Oh, I'm so glad. So glad.
Okay, that's interesting. Paralleling these two kills, whatever this is, we don't know
I
what this
am
is.
so. I am so pumped for badass June. Like I hope she fucking breaks bad. I hope she's mean as shit.
Okay, so Morgan has this, which is just like a
A
spear.
Yeah.
But Haircut had his weapon in a previous clip, so I'm wondering if it gets taken from him.
That
She
was
probably like yells at him and then he just hands it over. I'm sure that's how it goes.
Who did Grace yell at him? Give up the sword!
okay. Here's my bow axe thing.
So,
And Grace is getting some action in here too. Look at this. Taking out some walkers with a handgun, with a pistol. Boom. Or it could be a whisper. Because it looks like it has like a sack on it. No?
Did he get
Okay, so I can't say the cure. I can't say sack. I can't say, what else can I say? Okay,
Sledgehammer.
sledgehammer anymore. Sledgehammer.
Someone make that video edit, please.
Of course, Morgan's on a walkie.
People you still have.
What if they bring Troy back just to let Madison whack him in the head with a hammer again?
This
my
is
gosh,
who you were
but a bigger
referring
hammer
to.
this time.
Hammer.
This is
Yeah,
the influencer
see-
you were talking about before.
I guess that
think.
must be it. Yeah. Hard to tell, honestly. Like I said, she's so like made up.
I'm just
Because she was
saying,
an
there's no
influencer.
way that there's just no
Impressed.
way that Mo is supposed to be 9. Like, no way.
I mean, this could be
8.
a 9. I can see a 9 now. From this frame, I can see it. I couldn't see it before though.
Mm.
You know, and look at this fort behind them too. This little walkway, atrium-ish area, whatever. There's a windmill back here
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say,
got a
there's
garden. Pretty
yeah,
impressive
windmill and
garden
gardening.
A flag.
What's on her
thing.
hip?
there. She's like fully dressed like a prisoner too.
On her hip? It
Nobody
looks like
picks
a
that up,
like a.
I think
Bladder?
earlier
Like
they
water
show a
thing-
bunch
water
of
thing.
earlier they show a bunch of kids dressed in yellow and orange jumpsuits. So I think that's the Padre
Mhm.
outfit.
Kid,
Yeah.
kid. Oh,
Kid,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Kids in training. The eggs. for the
Baby
eggs.
felons.
Thanks.
For the
Yeah.
eggs. So we've got Brian says
I can. Yeah.
I agreed on the swamp. Brian says David Carranza laughing. Brian says one of our groups sacrificed themselves in a hero moment. Obviously, it's the show. Similar to what T-Dog with Carol, but to save our group. I mean, it's anyone's game. What do you guys think of that?
I think if anybody did, it would be Strand.
I was thinking the same thing. Strand. I could.
Wow.
I.
Can you imagine our
I would
earlier
hope-
selves?
You don't
hearing
think
us?
Madison would do it again? She's already done it once, supposedly.
I mean, that would just be too. That would be too perfect, and I would really, really need to see her actually die this time.
I think the great thing about getting this far into the show is that I don't know what to expect as far as these characters go, because everybody's
true.
been 17 million somebodies,
Yep.
including Strand. I was just thinking
Like-
about Strand. Oh, Morgan, you're not the only one who's been 13 different somebodies or 16 different somebodies.
I could see Strand doing a hero moment, but the only person I could see him sacrificing himself for is Leisha, and she's not around anymore. So I'm not sure who he'd be
You
willing.
think
to
he
do
would
that for.
sacrifice himself for Madison?
I think more for Mo, baby
Maybe.
Mo.
What?
You know?
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't give a shit
Before.
about her medicine.
I don't
Your
know.
mice are invading.
I know, right? Look at this.
True.
All right, let's see what this is all about. There's your haircut again with that guy that
Oh, is
was
that the
probably behind her.
That's
is it
not
the blue
haircut.
face? Is that the
That's
is it the blue face?
haircut.
That's not haircut.
That's
not
haircut.
No,
That's
not
haircut.
No,
haircut.
it is not haircut.
That
No,
is
that's not the same person.
haircut. It is
It's
the
not.
same person.
Well, then why is their hair
hair-
different?
It looks like their head is shaved right there.
Their head is.
It
It's
looks
the hair. It's the actor. It's haircut. It's definitely
is-
haircut.
Oh my god,
See?
we're going the wrong direction.
Not haircut.
Stop going back. Never mind. I'll never question you again. Please just go.
You're right about everything. Everything. You're right about
We agree with
everything. Oh my
everything you say. Please.
Okay, look at her face here in this shot. Okay.
God. Okay, so her
Memorize
head
it.
shaved.
Okay.
It's just squares. All
No,
I
it's
see
just-
is
Well-
squares.
Okay. I'll give you this. Maybe that's like
It's matted down.
pre-later
Yeah,
haircut.
we don't know what it is.
Early
but
haircut.
But yeah, it's the same person.
Young
Or like,
haircut.
like shaved. Like maybe they like
Young
eventually shave
haircut.
it or
Sounds like a
something.
rapper name.
Maybe she got a better haircut, or this is her before her the bad cut.
Young haircut.
Young haircut.
If I
And
become a rapper,
it's spelled Y-U.
I'm
NG.
DJ. I'm
Young
DJ Young Haircut.
yeah. If I
Listen to
become
my
a rapper,
tunes.
that's
I
gonna be
once
my
had
new-
big hair, and now I got little hair. I got the cure
I wish
and a
my
sack
hair
on
was
my
a-
head.
I wish my hair was a little taller.
Wish it was a baller,
a little bit
like my
longer.
bad hair longer.
I wish it grew in strands. Like a ball. I don't know.
All right, here we have Danielle and Madison back at it again.
I do love this. I'm not mad about it.
Oh,
I am. I'm gonna be mad every time I see her face.
this is what you're referring to earlier with
Yeah, Dwight and Sherry,
Dwight Sherry
hugging
and their kid, who is
This
feels
kid,
significantly older.
this kid would have to be 6.
Yeah,
That-
well, I could buy that. Sure.
6
It's like
years
the
old.
tallest
I mean,
6-year-old I've ever seen.
I know kids grow at different rates, but this, I mean, Silas. Okay,
Well,
if I'm Sherry, Silas is that tall next to me, and he's 13. So
Well, see Christina wearing her heels here, so it's like, and the perspective,
I don't ever wear heels.
No, but I'm saying that she's shorter without heels. And look at Dwight. He's like a giant. Also,
Okay.
look at the perspective of the shot too. It's from a lower stance too. So I mean,
Really, Brian?
oh, say what he
Well,
said.
he also said his son was the tallest in his class.
Yeah.
Some kids, yeah,
I mean,
Brian
I
said some
haven't
kids are bigger than
walked
others.
in.
My son is way
I've
bigger than
seen
his
some
classmates.
tall kids, but he said Brian says his son is 6 and comes up to his chest. So I mean, I
Oh.
guess if
just-
Dwight were standing up,
Ryan, are you
I'm
by
just saying,
chance
there's-
5 feet tall?
No, Brian's definitely taller than me. Wait. Emily says if Strand makes it this far to die this season, I'll be so sad. And I think I'm going to be sad regardless. I mean, depending on how things go, I'll be sad one way or the other. David, I love you, but she looks at least 14. Well, whatever. She's in the he's in the top 90 percentile. He's 5'8". Holy smackerels! Wow, he's taller than
No,
me.
I think Ryan's
5'8".
5'8".
Ryan is
Oh,
5'8".
he's 5'8".
Brian's
If your kid's
5'8".
5'8", well, you know. Anyway. See, there's bad haircut again. I'll show her back. No, I'm kidding. I won't.
Yeah.
But this is the girl that you were talking about before, the influencer
So
person.
Brian's
The
son is almost as
influencer.
tall as I am.
We say that again, Rach?
Brian's son is almost as tall as I am.
Yeah.
If he's 5'8" and his kid comes up to his chest,
Just like I'm almost
Yeah.
as tall as you
Yeah,
are.
Brian's
Yeah.
kid is almost as tall as I am too.
So
yeah,
I'm-
yeah, that checks
okay.
out.
okay.
Well, it's nice to see these two actually have a sort of
Moment.
yeah,
You guys,
without Mo.
you're like when your parents kiss.
Oh, look at it,
No,
Mo.
I'm totally down with
Dwight and
anybody
Sherry.
else. Yes, you're Dwight and Sherry. I'm good with them. Look.
What is
Isn't it
happening?
weird that I'm like, oh, for Grace, but then I'm like, ugh, Morgan.
It's so weird. Anyway, this is
What
Dwight
is
and Sherry.
that? Oh, Dwight and Cherry.
Dwight and Sherry.
Oh, on top of a train car.
On the
Okay.
train.
Is it a train car? Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it is. All right. It's the Dinnicott. This is baby Mo in a bright light.
She's getting ready to be abducted.
That's what
By-
it looks like.
Well,
Plot
I get-
twist.
The egg is
Plot
ready.
twist aliens.
Oh,
What
it
an
is-
M. Night Shyamalan move.
Well, this is what you were talking about before, but look,
Yeah.
it looks. Yeah, I see what you're
This-
saying.
This is the weirdest
What the-
thing I've ever seen.
So this-
I still don't know what this is.
Is this the one where you're talking about? This might be Dwight and Sherry's kid.
That's what I said. I was like, that clearly isn't Baby Mo, so it's somebody else's kid. And then
That
I was talking about how that zombie. I keep saying zombie. I'm sorry. That Walker head is like suction cupped up there.
I don't know about suction cup, but it doesn't look very happy to be there. They're never happy. What is very
I'm like, what
When
is the
ever-
point of this?
And what's going on behind it? Like, there's a dude standing there with a bag over his head.
No, it's
So
like-
those are the head.
like a
That's the headdresses
wraps.
from Padre. They have like a head wrap, and then like their face is covered, and then they're wearing
Right.
like sports equipment.
Because they all have
It's very-
cancer.
It's very kingdomy looking. Their
And he's
Sure,
just like
sort of.
standing there.
Yeah, they turn away as the kid gets eaten with the whatever you call it. Now this is the part where I thought, okay, maybe this might be like the hallucinogenic brains, but it looks like a finger. Well, and some heads.
Mhm.
So
That
we
was governor vibes for sure.
Yeah, definitely. This definitely looks directly like the
I wonder if
governor's.
the fingers are trigger fingers. Like people, they're enemies, and they like take their trigger fingers so they can't shoot them anymore.
Those
I
are
thought
the
there was a
fingers-
cheesy joke there, but
No, I mean because
yeah,
I
it
was
was
thinking they used to
serious.
do that. They used to do that for when they would punish archers. They would take
Mhm.
one of their fingers so they couldn't draw the bows anymore.
Mm.
Those are the fingers that John Dory shot off of his victims, and they went around and
Of
collected them.
Pinky's.
Oh my goodness.
That's how we remember him. Anyway,
It's a good shot. Yeah.
yeah. Well, looks like Baby Mo's in a little trouble again.
Don't run.
Don't run, Baby Mo.
Don't
Just die.
Ugh, this girl is gonna be a real grace. I can feel it.
Wait, what is that?
What do you think it means?
No,
What do you think that
let's
means?
not play that game. You just can't say shit. Just- All right, we got the rifle here that was mentioned earlier. Maybe. Oh, okay, some rifle.
I didn't mean this season. I didn't mean Fear Grace either. I meant Gracie.
Wow, that makes it even more confusing.
I meant Gracie.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, well, we got some of that clear imagery.
Oh, you mean like a kid that can't fight and is gonna get eaten and
And is
relies
gonna
on
just
relies on
follow
other
Gracie.
9-year-olds to save her?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A Gracie.
This does look like Alexandria a little bit too, but then again,
It's the house. It's the Georgia house because if you see the
the trellis here or whatever.
the trellises up at the top, the little corner thingies up there, that's Morgan's house from the pilot.
Mm,
And that's Rick's rifle he's got in his hands.
And this looks like imagery that we saw at the Museum of the Moving Image, right? Remember
Are
the
we gonna
hands?
see a flashback?
oh yeah, in the
Remember?
hallway as
Mhm.
you're
That-
leaving.
The
Yeah,
last,
that's
yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
last hallway. This looks like that iconic walker from. Do you remember like the guy in the suit?
Yes, that he's called. I got into an argument with someone on Reddit about this. Yes,
But like obviously
'Cause
over
it's-
time.
and people call him Purple Suit Walker, but he was known as the Tank Walker to Funko because that's what they named him on everything. And this guy on Reddit got really mad at me. Anyway,
When do they not?
Brian just said that he said, I'm going to say something controversial that I've said before, but Dwayne Jones lives. Morgan was crazy and clear and never seen a body. I think Dwayne is going to be there, but I think he's going to be dead. And that's why Morgan burns the fucking house down.
Yeah, because like okay, that'll wrap that argument up. Dwayne's dead.
Could also be a
Um,
flashback.
You know, if Brian ends up being right about this, like he was about Madison coming back, I don't know. We have to do a challenge, Dwayne Jones challenge, where Dave chugs a bottle of Dwayne Jones whiskey on the show. Also dies of alcohol poisoning. Great gimmick. It's like the Suicide Woods all over again.
oh no!
For those who
Don't
know.
you mention
June
that?
looks
Don't
very
you
worried
mention
there.
that? We're not getting canceled. No, no, no.
You
June
can't get
has a
canceled
very-
if you don't have an audience.
June has a
I don't
very
know how much
scared,
later I can
worried look
stay up, you
there.
guys.
What'd you say?
I don't know how much later I can stay up, you guys.
Yeah, listen, we're halfway through. Like Lois said, how far could we possibly be?
June,
I
June looks
know.
very worried / scared in that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, concerned.
Like she sees someone.
she sees
she
John Dory.
knows.
Like I said, they said there was going to be a lot of dealing with ghosts and past traumas. So
Mhm.
All I got to do is put Thomas O'Mara with John
I'd be
Dory's hat.
I'd be totally down with Garrett making a surprise visit.
You never know. Maybe all his talk about like I don't want to talk about fear. Maybe that was like a smokescreen, Garrett Dillahunt, and then he's gonna be on the show like gotcha suckers. I filmed this 2 years ago, waiting for this season to come out. Emily says that could be a baby from the last episode of last season. Wait, anyway, let me see here. I'll draw a bow with my toes. Lois says I'm going to say something controversial. Okay, they aren't gone until they're gone, Brian. Damn it, not you too, Takira. I mean all the references to him. Oh, nice cover up, Brian. Do we see Alicia and what episode will it be?
Alicia's
I
not
don't,
coming back.
I don't think we see
I
Alicia
don't think
ever
we're gonna
again.
see Alicia.
Yeah, I think that they like the nebulous exit. I do too. I'm okay with that. Emily, in the comics, doesn't Morgan cut Dwayne's chain and leave him there reanimated? Oh, who knows the comics?
I believe that. Yes, I believe that.
Which means he's dead by default. Moving on. Oh, she is not happy, Sherry. Something
She,
bad is
she,
happening.
I think she's screaming her kid's name. If anybody can make out what she's saying there.
Oh, I should put in captions. I don't know what she said. Well, either way. I mean, this tells me more than anything else that like big cast deaths by the end of this season. This is not like you don't yell like this if this isn't a big cast death. And look at Austin
Unless they
Emilio's
have
face.
their kid.
Yeah,
That would invoke a child, like, you have my kid, let them go reaction.
It looks like Mo is fighting the influencer. Or the influencer. That's what's happening right now.
A haircut.
Yeah. No, the
No,
influencer.
I looked up one of the new cast members, and all I could
Oh.
find was that this girl is 18 and that she was an influencer, like a
Oh.
pretty successful influencer, and now she's on
Oh.
the show.
Yeah.
Why'd you go back, Dave?
There's Mo.
We didn't disagree with you.
We're right here. Okay. So it looks like Madison
There's
is not happy.
Madison knocking some more shit down with her hammer. That's everything. Every time you see her, she's fucking banging on something.
Or
She's got
maybe
some
she's-
aggression issues she needs to work out.
I'm down. I like wrecking shit. I'm very metal like that. Okay, so here we go.
What?
Some fencers.
So I think that's like to keep them from biting, right?
Yeah,
they got that
yeah.
seaweed shit stuck in their mouth.
That is the walker I'm in love with. By the way,
That's the
that's the
that's
one.
the advanced military training
So
walker.
what I kept
Teo
saying,
should've
I'm
gotten.
in love. I'm in love with this walker, and then I was like, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
We don't believe you, Bridget. We don't believe you.
I don't mean romantic love. I promise.
You're just making it worse. Why are you even qualifying? It's just like, I don't mean it. Serious. No, now we know you mean it. Who do you think this is? This looks like I would say this is Baby Mo, but
I think it's Mo.
I
I
was
think
gonna
it's
say
Baby
it might.
Mo.
I might be Austin's kid though, or sorry, Austin.
I think it's Baby Mo because that's the same outfit we saw her in standing and when she was being abducted by aliens.
Oh, okay. This is the spear.
This last season really jumped the
Wait a minute. So this is the spear you were talking about, but it just kind of looks like an
Why does it?
an ED version of what he had before.
Why does it look so small?
That's
what I'm saying.
not the spear. That's not the spear.
Oh,
But why?
you're right.
Why does
You're
the
right.
axe head look so small?
It was perspective. Look.
There we
Angle.
go. Okay.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
angle.
yeah, yeah. My
Oh,
bad.
here we
my
go. Morgan seeing red. Here we go. So that's Baby Mo being taken by Padre people.
bad. Wow.
Hmm.
That does not. Oh, Madison. Knocking some skulls.
See again with the.
But this
fucking
isn't in
hammer.
the. This isn't in the show. This is like an effect. Gotta be right. Okay, so here we go, and we have this thing here. Let's see what comments do we have here. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. In the comics, okay, yeah, they brought back Morales. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. They brought back Morales, but Morales wasn't confirmed dead. Dwayne is dead. Dwayne is dead. Dead. We didn't see a body. Thank God. Okay, so here we go. Right. This is back county basically. Right?
Before
Yep.
he died.
See, he said he died. No, but Morgan was crazy.
This is your second chance, Dad.
Oh, I like Dad. Wow, this is crazy, man. Taking it all the way back.
She's right, Morgan.
I wonder. So if they're going from Louisiana to Georgia, that means they're going to go through Mississippi. So I wonder if they're going to go to the truck stop.
Like the Wizard of Oz style. Like from
That would be
from
fun.
season
That would
4.
be so fun if they went through the truck stop. from season 4.
The flip flop truck. Isn't it
The
flip flop truck?
the flip flop truck stop.
Yeah,
The
remember
best
that?
mud pies in Mississippi.
We got the rifle here that he didn't kill later. Okay, here we go.
He gave you this gun for a reason.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this.
He's gonna have to put Grace down. I bet you. Like she's gonna get bit, and he's gonna have to put her down like he couldn't do with his wife.
I don't know what to make
I
of this.
don't like that. Please stop. I don't like
But
that.
I'm not
Thank
gonna
you.
lie. I've had ideas like this since Grace came on the show, and knew that she'd be a love interest, and knew that at some point he'd have to choose between her and like a Sophie's choice sort of situation.
What if he has to choose between her and Mo?
Oh boy, that's a worse choice. And part of
Like
me,
this time he redeems himself.
so then at some point, except for this, most of this is from episodes 1 and 2. But if we get this far in, I'm wondering if they don't wrap up this Padre shit in 6 episodes, and then we get something totally crazy. Maybe he still has to kill Dwayne. Maybe, Lois. Is that what you're laughing at, ADHD?
I read that as Dewani.
Oh my, this girl needs bed.
Oh, I really do, you guys. I love you,
right.
but I have to go. I gotta go.
Oh, that's it,
Dave
really.
just ignores you, so you can't.
Well,
I know, right?
I had a
Like,
feeling.
fuck you. I'm gonna play.
I had a feeling that was it. There we go.
He's like, no, I
No,
won't
you're not
acknowledge
going
it. Then you
anywhere.
can't leave.
All right. Well, we're gonna end this. It's like really quickly after we go through this last scene. I want more meat on this scene because I don't know what
All
to
right,
think.
I'm gonna say goodnight because
All right.
I had to be to sleep 5 minutes ago. So
Oh right.
I love you guys.
Rachel.
I'm
Good
so
night,
glad to be
Rachel.
on here.
Glad you
Thank
showed
you
up
for
for a while.
making
Love
it.
you.
Yeah, I was here for a minute. Love you guys. Bye,
Love you.
Crystal. Bye, Lois. Bye,
See you
Brian.
tomorrow.
Takira. Emily. Love you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for making it.
Bye.
So, folks, what do you think is going on here? Because my initial gut reaction was I just couldn't believe that they made it back to King County, and there's a part of me that doesn't want to trust this scene.
Look, Morgan ran from Virginia to Texas. So I think they can walk
Straight.
from Louisiana to Georgia. Like, that's not even across the mountains. Like, Morgan had to run across the mountains to get to fucking Texas.
He just ran right on top of him.
Lois says maybe he has to kill Dwayne. Crystal says no, not Grace. Don't let her die. He is probably going to kill whoever Padre is. Brian says goodnight. Lois says goodnight. Goodnight, Rachel. See you at camp. Crystal says no. Yeah, I'd like to hear more about what you guys think. I mean, if it is his house, what are they out there to do? Who are they out there to see? Are they backtracking to see Rick? But that can't see. This is why I don't think so. Is because he knows Rick's in Virginia. So why are they back where it all started?
I mean, Aiden and I, when we talked about this, we talked about the fact that maybe they're just traveling through Georgia on the way to Virginia.
Right.
That doesn't seem like a direct route, though.
It's not, but you wouldn't have to go over the mountains that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember in season
Season 7.
in 503 when Dwight and Morgan met up in Humbug's Gulch, he was like, I went down to 40 and took 40. To 20 and took 20 across, which is down in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going across the mountains, Dwight went south and then came across. So maybe they'll go, because Mississippi, if you go east from Mississippi, you're going to hit Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just go up, to Georgia from there.
Well, and we can't forget the trench that the CRM dug.
But that was
Dead-
20. That was 34
20.
years later.
But they
Like,
had to start from now.
They didn't dig a trench. They drained the Mississippi.
That would be easier, wouldn't it?
It would.
And it would be fertile too. That's interesting. Okay. Emily says,
I
knowing
think-
fear, they're baiting
I
us.
think-
And it's all a dream
Right.
hallucinations. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
think
Unfortunately,
Padre stands for protocols, actions,
Drugs.
uh,
Rehabilitation.
directives, protocols, actions, directives for reintegrating the enemy. Woo, solved it. Gotcha.
Huh?
I've been thinking a lot about
Can
that.
I go to bed now?
No. If they're back, so Brian says if they're back in the familiar area, I have to assume they will see some kind of familiar face. Maybe. Takira says he could have just needed to make that stop for emotional reasons. I would believe that over anything else. Honestly, the retread ground to be a complete self, maybe to be a Morgan that we can handle, that my co-hosts can handle. Okay, Crystal says, "Yeah, I agree, Brian. Trying to figure out who it is though. What happened to Wendell? What happened to Wendell? Did we see Wendell's body? No, we did not. I mean, there's other kids too. Like this is like you were saying this during the trailer too. Like, oh, where are the kids? Where's Annie, Max, and Dylan? Oh,
Well, it said we're not going to see them. I was like, we're not going to see
we're
them
just-
unless they're these inmates down here.
what happened to the saviors in the 6-year time jump? We don't know. Can't wait to see Dead City. Walking Dead Eternal says 100. Even though we're not talking about that now, I get it. I want to see. Listen, it's my city. I would love to see Dead City, Dead New York, new Dead City.
I did get a sick new Dead City sticker in the supply drop box. So
Oh, that yellowish with the black background. I think it was
it's like orange. It's pretty
orange.
cool.
Okay. Brian says maybe they went back to his apartment to see if any guns were left or any weapons or ammo. Well, that's a fair one too. Not sure if Rick took it all.
Lois.
Wait. David laughs and Lois says Al took them with her. Al Sevchek.
Lois, are you messing with me?
Al sweet chick pierogies.
Lois, are you coming to the camp? I need to know.
We need this. Yes, she's
I
coming
need
to
to
the
be
camp.
prepared.
Even if she's not going to the camp, she's going to the
Be
camp.
mentally prepared.
No, Lois is a gem. She's a sweet talking, joke cracking, fart knocking gem.
I can't.
All right.
I'll be there.
Don't you know? Damn it! Another copyright strike. We're that good. 3 strikes and you're out. Squawking dead.
Against owl odds.
What? You're going to see Adele instead of the camp?
Oh no!
Wow.
So y'all not be there. Okay, so
Owl will not be there.
Owl will not be. The part of Owl will be played by Isabel. So, so regarding all of it, any final thoughts on this trailer specifically, or maybe thoughts on maybe how the season's gonna go? Because me personally, when it comes to this final seasons, it's really anybody's game.
I am super pumped, and after 7B, I didn't know if I would ever be excited for the show again because 7B was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
And so I know I keep going over it, but after seeing fucking badass, savage looking June, I am like 100%, 1000% back in this. I'm excited again. And I was like, God, do I even? But yeah, now I'm fucking excited again. I'm
I
ready.
I get it. It's tricky because I know that sometimes with these trailers they're a bit deceptive, and sometimes the things that we want to see, like all of it ends up being in the trailer, and the rest of it's all boring. So you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I love that Walking Dead Eternal says it was cool getting a mention of Rick. I think that was pretty cool.
I watched AJ's reaction to the trailer, and he literally screamed when they mentioned Rick. He was like, Rick! But it was like in this high pitched,
Like he broke character. Like real AJ came through in that one.
So funny.
Did he like wait and to watch it for the first time recording it?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
It was so funny.
This is on his YouTube channel? How did I miss it?
Yes. Yes,
subscribe
it
to his
is.
YouTube
Okay,
channel.
there's
I'll
a huge
check it out.
spider by me, and I have to kill it before it gets close to me.
It
All right.
could be
Okay, hold on.
Charlotte.
I don't care.
Don't turn off your camera.
I'm turning off my camera.
No. Okay. I'll say Brian's gone.
Murderer.
Final episode. Do we see our TWD characters? Do they find each other? I'm not holding out hope that we see any TWD characters in this one. I don't think that's gonna happen. I would be
I mean, I
I'd be
think
okay
if-
with it. Of
I
course.
think if we do, it is going to be Morgan and Rick meeting up because that would just be poetic. You know what
full
I mean?
circle. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, they said full circle is the theme of the season, so maybe it will happen.
Seems like we'll get more of a retrospective or like more of a full circle moment here than we would on The Walking Dead in a sense.
Murderer.
Huh?
Look, I don't even know if it's actually
of
dead.
spiders?
I'm too scared to look. Okay, anyway.
I like what Emily says. Fear the Walking Dead does not have the budget for a main TWD cast. But then again, AMC doesn't either.
I am.
It's
I
true.
have two things to say about this trailer.
Mhm.
And I've reiterated the first one like a bajillion times because I just cannot say how thankful I am for a different color palette. It was killing me, and I'm just so thankful that it's a different color.
Then acid
Seriously.
yellow. Yeah.
Seriously. And then
Agent Orange.
oh God, it was horrible. And then the other thing is that I haven't seen people get so pumped for Fear in so long. And so seeing people excited to watch this season, seeing people being like, oh, dude, I don't even watch Fear, and this trailer made me want to watch Fear again, was such a uplifting moment after like losing the flagship show. And then we're getting these spinoffs, but now there's rumors that these spinoffs aren't going to last very long. And so knowing that people could maybe be like reinvigorated for this property, it made me really happy and really hopeful because like I've stated before, like I don't know where we're going to go. You know what I mean? As a podcast, like
Right.
where are we going to go from here? And so knowing that maybe this could go on a little bit longer where we're talking about this kind of stuff, the stuff that we're, here for. I mean, it's not like we won't cover other shows because of course we are. We already do. But just knowing that we will be around for my favorite show of all times, like universe.
Right.
Just, I don't know. It gives me hope.
I know what you're saying. In fact, I'll take that even a concrete step further. Considering they're saying full circle and the end is the beginning, I do think that they may make a spin-off from these characters that are left over, like a Fear the Walking Dead spin-off. Not just Dead in the Water, something else. So I
liked Dead in the Water. I'm not opposed to like,
but that was a miniseries
content like that, but
or
yeah.
like it was technically. I mean, they broke it up into different parts, but I think it was
it might as well have been a web series.
a full
honestly.
episode.
I am manifesting a Carol June spinoff right now.
That would be super interesting.
It would tide people over. It's just how that all comes together is gonna make or break my suspension of disbelief, right?
Well,
because it's
I mean,
like we want
look,
it to happen, but how does that
in season 4, Morgan was gonna go back to Virginia and take everybody with him. Remember?
right?
So what? And then they ended up getting sidetracked and they didn't go because people in Texas needed help. See how well that worked out for them. But why should it be any different now? Why couldn't they go back now?
True. I think what really sucks is that he really, really wanted to do this not mostly, but like with Alicia in mind. And not having her there kind of, I don't know, it doesn't take away from that so much. It takes away a little bit from that.
But he doesn't need Alicia now. He's got a fucking kid.
True.
He has a kid to worry about. Alicia's not even.
This is why I don't like talking about like the trailers for like a final season, because it's like, okay, now because you don't really know when you don't know when the end is happening. You can think of a lot of easy not easy, but like plausible plot lines to keep the story moving. But like when you see that there's an end and then they have to wrap all this shit up, and in so few episodes, I don't know. It's hard to really visualize what they might do with the season, especially if they're going to have a full circle moment and then maybe launch something else based on this. Because I feel like with all the talk and all the hype from, let's say, Satrazemus and beyond, yeah, like having a spin-off series as at the end of this, I think it's planned. So it's hard to really tell where this is going to go. All of this to say that in the process of wrapping things up, they have to they have to give us enough staging to make that spin-off a reality. So they have to give us enough meat for the story to be launched from.
Well, if they're doing a time jump and they're catching up to Walking Dead time, there's a number of spin-off possibilities, because they could go to Rick and Michonne, they could go to wherever fucking Daryl is, they could go to Dead City, they could have another where they bring somebody, because Melissa McBride said she doesn't necessarily done with The Walking Dead. She just didn't want to go to fucking Europe.
Yes.
So maybe she picks up and they do a spinoff with a Fear character and Carol. I mean, there are literally, by not killing off a shitload of people at the end of The Walking Dead, they literally left open spinoff possibilities for everybody.
Right.
And I like to think of it this way, like when you're in high school, college, whatever, right? You're like so ready to get done at the end of it. Like I think of my college experience. When I was finally graduating, I was like so ready to be done. I was working like 2 jobs. I was in school full time. I got done with college and it was almost like I didn't know what to do with myself. Like I wanted to go back to take more classes because I felt like I was like missing something. And so I think of that when I think of how they're leaving these jobs that they've been in for so many years and leaving the people that have become like family to them, they're leaving and they're not going to see each other as often. And I think at the beginning you're like, yeah, this is great. I can see my actual family and I get this time away and I needed a break and it was so much. And then I think after a couple months, you kind of start sitting with it and feeling like, I really miss that. I miss that. I feel like I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back. So I feel, especially with Melissa McBride, just with her being open to continuing, I hope to see that in the nearish future.
This makes me think of how well Lenny James and Melissa McBride worked on The Walking Dead, and how alternatively to me thinking that Morgan might bite it at the end of the series, if it were to go on, I would like to see those two again. Their characters have very tight similarities. They played very, very well with each other. They were kind of mirrors with one another.
You've got Josh McDermott, Margot Bingham, Michael James Shaw. All of them could spin off into something else. All of them could join the other spinoffs, because now especially if they're bringing everything up to roughly the same time period. And if they're bringing so right now, The Walking Dead is a couple of years past The World Beyond. And if they bring Fear the Walking Dead up to that time too, then we could feasibly see
The
Walking Dead World Beyond people in the future scenes too.
Which I mean, it makes sense, right? Like if you're creating a property in Hollywood and you're having big visions of how it's going to be successful, I think you end up taking that model of like the Star Wars universe, Marvel, like how they've created these. Disney is excelled at it. How I feel about them either way, but Disney has really excelled at creating these massive universes that just continue, right? Like that would be the model you'd be looking for. And how do you do that? You create new content, and maybe your content is app specific, which some people have some really big feelings about, but that's how you
like
continue
AMC Plus
that
and stuff. Yeah. I'm down with that. I think that's kind of like why I said, if they're doing season 8, if season 8, they decided season 8 was the last season, I can't see a world in which they aren't already ready for that to be a possibility. The possibility of them launching into other spinoffs and stuff like that. That's how I feel about that. So, but it's just like Tales. The easiest thing to say, oh, Tales, it's all about, oh, we're going to see Walking Dead origin stories. Like, we got that a little bit with Alpha, a little bit more. And she was, ironically enough, out of all the characters in the Walking Dead universe, she has had the most flashbacks. Not pre-apocalypse, but she has the most flashbacks in the universe, I feel like. And so that's kind of like the cruel, funny joke. So will they do more with our existing Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead characters? Who knows? But since we're talking about Fear, I see that they can. I could see a world in which they spin off more. Will they reach Walking Dead characters? I don't know. I'm not ready to go there, but I would like that, and I don't know. Brian says, I'm believing that we'll see Alicia again. I'm hoping to, and Takir says, I'm hoping. Walking Dead Eternal says, what I want to see is that Connie appearing in Daryl's show. That'll be awesome. I thought that might happen, but I mean, if he's getting abducted to France,
It's like a
not
really
likely.
big coincidence. I don't know. I just can't.
You're asking a
can't
lot of
foresee
Connie
that.
right now.
I can't foresee that. That's a lot.
She don't like him that much. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding because I'm a Donnie shipper too, or whatever. It has to work with the story.
I'm
everybody's
more
like-
worried about is Dog gonna show up over there with him? What's gonna happen to Dog? I don't care about Connie. I want to know what's gonna happen to Dog if Daryl leaves.
Right. Brian says some of the characters could jump to the current spin-offs coming. Yeah. I'm down. See, this is why I like not knowing, because I want to be surprised, and they better not be spoiling surprises.
Ugh,
Emily-
seriously.
Yeah, Crystal says we didn't see Alicia die. Technically, that's true too, which is
I
cool
got-
because it's open-ended
I got spoiled on something for The Last of Us, and I'm really mad.
for the next season. Or
Mhm.
oh wow, okay.
Well, for the next game anyway.
I have a feeling I know what it is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too. Okay, Emily says, "Yeah, it's more Kanye. Podcast about Kanye." Takira says, "Lois says they all they all need a job. Y'all need a job."
True.
Okay, Brian says Josh McDermott's character has a big role with the Western Alliance in the comics. I hope we get more of him either way. So we may see him in Summit then, maybe. I guess maybe it's possible. Judith has dog, doesn't she? Brian says, and I think that's true. That's right.
Carol
So-
and Judith have dog, don't they? Yeah.
Which makes sense. Takira says, yes, she does. So I think we should wrap this up. We did just like
Well, it'll just be a
Rachel
quick.
predicted.
It'll just be a quick
just a quick hour
trailer breakdown,
Yeah.
or just
Meanwhile,
real
it's
quick,
2
30
hours,
minutes.
2-hour live stream. Yeah. Where's Thomas when you need him? Anyway, so thank you all for sticking around for this breakdown. We really appreciate you being here. Hopefully we'll make this available to the audio podcast real soon. But hey, and if you like what you heard, you know what to do. And if you don't, listen. Head over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead. Because $5, just give us 5 stars and eggplant. That's all we need to know that you love us. But tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Remember to tell us after every episode. Tell us what we missed. And if you really like what we're doing, head over to either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead and just follow us. We don't need you to tip us. We don't need you to join a membership tier. When you follow us, you get some of the behind the scenes stuff. But should you decide to support us, you can either tip us at ko-fi.com/squawkingdead for 30 days of supporter back content, as well as some cool perks. Or you can join a membership tier on either Patreon or Ko-fi for as little as $1 a month. Get Discord access, get unedited episode recordings, free stuff in the shop, the Ko-fi shop, and a whole host of other cool perks. So, yeah. Well, I hope to see you guys really soon. We have some other cool things that we're editing and making available to you in the next coming days, and some really cool Fear the Walking Dead hype for the next couple of weeks leading up to Fear the Walking Dead's return. With that, everybody, I've been your host, David Cameo, and I was joined by Cosmo09, Rachel Burt, Sharon, a.k.a. Blazy Gardner, and Bridget, ko-fi.com/Punky Brewster. That's PUNKYBRUISETER. Thank you guys for sticking around to the very goddamn end. And I'm really happy that you guys were here to be with us, to laugh with us. And I hope to see you guys again real soon. And I think we will. So keep an eye out.
Guys.
Like,
Love
share,
you.
subscribe to
Love you
these
guys.
videos and podcasts, and we'll see you in the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.